Okay, as you know that I mentioned earlier, Leonard Schaefer International, we have 9 regions. Somehow or other, the Far Eastern region, there is China, Japan, Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, Papua New Guinea is added into our list. So we changed the name into East Asia Pacific region. And I'm very honored to be working with them. And if you go and see them, if you ever travel to these countries, please pop in to all these homes. And they welcome you in the homes. And in Malaysia, we have 6 homes. Upper Sabah, we have 2 homes, and then that's our home in Selangor, Johor. All the homes are independent. We manage the home with our own funds. So it's up to the committee to raise funds. So you can imagine that it's a full-time responsibilities in getting money to run the home. Okay, at present we have 59 residents of all races. This is the first and only home that we can say that it's a multiracial, religious and all that. And I would like to challenge anybody for that matter, because come to the home, we have everything there. And it's so nice to see different caregivers understanding the different culture and background of the residents. We go through everything, the process of looking after them and even to the last days of their lives. So we have to understand their culture also. Okay, then we come to this important aspect of program. See, as I mentioned earlier, our core services are residential care. Then, the years that I have been in Schaefer Home, nearly 35 years now, I was wondering, why not we reach out to the others? We are looking after the people so well, but if this program was started 47 years, we can see better results in the sense that the disabled people in our homes are able to be independent, because some of them are not, and some of them are very pampered, I can say, you know. So we started this program with the help of Leonard Schaefer Disability London, because they have moved after the convention, the rights of persons with disabilities. They also changed their approaches. So they went to different countries, and we are very honored to say that when they came to us, and we took the challenge. We took the challenge that, okay, Schaefer Home in Malaysia must move towards other persons with disabilities. And how do we go about it? We have to meet those challenges. And we were happy that they took it as a pilot program for us. They helped us financially for 3 years only. And imagine, from the 3 years, we began to look for other collaborations and other partnerships with other people. For example, it's not easy to come up with a program, because it's worth around $1 million to start with the program. So we are very lucky in that way, because we went to our old friend HSBC. They built a bakery for us. We went to all people, you know, because we have a project, a meaningful project, and together we can mold this project into something that at the end of the day, persons with disabilities can have independent life. Now, we would like to show you this chart. When you look at this chart, there's something wrong with this chart, because not many disabled persons in Malaysia are registered. Something is wrong. There is no central database. We work with different ministries and all that. Imagine, after birth, right, I think, from the Ministry of Health, once the baby is identified that he or she is having certain disability, the data should be worked together with the social welfare and also special education. Somehow or other, it is not. That is why when you look at the figure, it's really down. 290,000. It should be at least 1 million, you know, if you look into the World WHO expectation. That something is wrong, but I think now, we are going all out after signing the convention that every child or every person in the district must be registered. Otherwise, they will not be accessible to medical help and all that. Okay, so we chose, you see the figure just now, learning disabilities is the most very significant figure in the types of disabilities. Physical, if you have the deaf, the blind, they are well taken care of. But learning disabilities is something that people are not emphasizing on that yet. But of course, they are now in schools because most of the children in schools, they're considered as non-functional, stupid, Actually, they are not. There are problems among the children. So learning disabilities was a great challenge for us. So we told London that our Economy Empower program is going to be on learning disabilities. We have our lovely youth here, they are also from the learning disabilities. Yeah? So because there's something, we can do something, train them up, and definitely they can be somebody. Yeah? So we took this, and of course, our Economy Empowerment program rolled out, so we made certain modules, and of course, we mentioned that between 18 to 26 years, we feel that the special schools have students coming out at the age of 17 or 18, and then there is no skill training for them. Everybody is expecting them to be universities and technical schools and all that. But what about the gap that some students really cannot go here and there? But skill training is very important. So we took that as a challenge, and where we researched them from special school classes, integrated classes, CBR, community-based rehabilitation. All over the country, it's around 400 centers. They have young adults. In fact, Dato and myself have been involved in the CBR programs from early intervention. But now it's already 30 years. They have young adults and the CBRs. What are they doing? So now we search our young people from these areas. And of course, there are some NGOs who are involved in this disabilities. The youth, so we take the youth in. So the objectives are the same, like to empower them after school to be an active member of the society. And of course, we harness their interests and skills. And of course, to promote confidence and self-esteem. We have young people here, they are the latest batch. They have their confidence, they are very confident, and they have the right ability to work because we have to train them to be ready in real life. Yeah? But in school, they don't have certain subjects to prepare them in reality. And so therefore, we have our teacher there and a group of teachers. We employ certain staff. And they go to special schools and they brief the teachers and the students and the parents. And imagine that all of them line up appealing to us that why don't we take their children. And of course, we also have to have we have to interview the children, we have to see, we have to have assessment done and all that, yeah. And of course, another thing also, we have to interview the student with his or her family at home. We want to see the environment of the family, how the child is coping up. And of course, community involvement is very important. And therefore, for the training courses, we decided that the young people can learn the basic baking. We have a bakery, we set up the bakery, which is very expensive. We employ a baker. And of course, we have the ICT. We also have a big computer lab because the young people, they need to learn the basic computer. And hospitality is very, very important because they can do that sort of skill, yeah, because they can work in the laundry, they can work in the kitchen, they can work in the rooms. So therefore, hospitality is very important, gardening is very important, and office administration. So when we have all this, we feel that, of course, we went 3 years with trial and error, and we felt that 4 to 6 months are enough, because by the time we train them, we have many calls from industries in hotels wanting to take our children in. But they have to be really skilled in order for us to let them go. Therefore, we also came up with modules. As you can see, that module 1, the character building, that's very important when they come in. For 1 month, we bring in doctors, we bring in people who specializing in grooming, because these are the real things that they must learn. They must know about their health, their body. They are young people, you know. We, of course, teach them a little bit. They must understand, right? And of course, theory, practical, the teachers, and also with other teachers from outside, collaborate, and with their practical specialization, module 3, and training. We send them out to look out for things happening in the industry. We bring them so that they be exposed to real life, yeah? And then jobs placement. So we run into giants, Tesco, hotels, and all that for jobs placement. We are happy to say that Dorset, one of the hotels, Dorset in Subang, gave us 3 months training program, practical training program for our young people. Every day the drivers send them to the hotel. And they go round. That means they are placed in the laundry, they are placed in housekeeping. Imagine, you know, rather than employ other people, our people can do it. Cikgu, we can say that they are very focused. Sharikan Imperial got a boy, our graduate, into laundry. He earns a lot of money, and he's so focused in his work, you know. And then the other hotels, so we, yes. And Shangri-La Hotel, and now we are also having other hotels coming in. We say, hang on, we don't have many graduates yet. Our batch is not completed, you know. So these are the things that placements, because they have to understand in reality how work is done. And of course, grooming is very important. And of course, you have the pictures of bakery, ICT, hospitality. I was from the hospitality area. I love hospitality. I love services. I love things that are nice to you know, to do beds, dining, and all that. So I myself said that, okay, I can be part of the lecturer. I'm paid anyway, you know. So we enjoy doing this with the kids, you know. Before they go into the hotels, we teach them in the home, and they understand the different things. Because if they ask to serve, they must understand what is a fork, what is a spoon, you know, what is a soup bowl, and that sort of thing. And gardening is very important. I think coming down here is beautiful green. I'm a lover of greens. So it's really, really, because I think our students were sent into the landscaping area in the hotel. And they did well. They understand. It's not easy, you know. We have students and other people from corporate people doing voluntary work in our home. We ask them to do gardening. They panic. They don't understand. So it is a skill. How even to plant, you know. So that's part of the training given. And office administration, who knows? There are some officers wanting to employ our young people. So we teach them how to photostat things, how to answer the phone, understanding communication.